a town built by wealthy coal barons. Bramwell, West Virginia is a picture-perfect representation of life in a more genteel time. Turn-of-the-century Victorian mansions dot the street, and the famous Bank of Bramwell was once the richest bank per capita in the whole United States. The historic downtown area is nestled within the horseshoe bend of the Bluestone River, and while its scenic beauty is readily apparent, the outskirt communities of Shinbrier and Cooper have an equally compelling story to tell. Rich in history, Bramwell and the surrounding communities provide one with a sense of the fullness of time. At the turn of the century, Bramwell, West Virginia, was a very wealthy small town, and we've heard that they had more millionaires than any place of its size in the country. This little town, hidden among the coal field, had 14 millionaires, or some say 19, depending on which account you read, and they lived a luxurious life along the Horseshoe Bend. We were fortunate to have the opportunity to sit down and talk with Bramwell's mayor, Lou Stoker.
Bramwell, West Virginia's beginning was a result of the Industrial Revolution. Coal started to be mined in southwest Virginia in a little community called Pocahontas, Virginia.
The nearby Pocahontas coal fields employed 100,000 miners, and during that huge coal boom era, the Norfolk and Western Railroad scheduled 14 trains a day to stop in Bramwell. Bramwell was a residential paradise. Wealthy coal barons could live in luxury. They could enjoy a fabulous social life amongst their wealthy neighbors. There were plenty of merchants, ministers, doctors, attorneys, and others that supported their lifestyle. In the late 1800s, Bramwell had electric streetlights, a weekly newspaper, a water company, and even telephone service.
As a result of all of the coal that was sent out of the coal mines in these two states, a whole, not only industry, but a whole population boomed.
The Victorian homes were avant-garde for the late 1800s. A copper roof covers the 24-room 1910 Queen Anne-style Cooper home. It was built of orange brick brought in from England. It also has an indoor pool. Some homes had indoor plumbing, showers, and one had a speaking tube from the front door to the town doctor's bedroom. The Bank of Bramwell was the financial focal point for all southern West Virginia and points far beyond. One of my favorite stories from our trip to Bramwell was the tale of the Bramwell Bank's janitor, who regularly transported bags of money by wheelbarrow down the street to the train depot.
In the heyday of the millionaires, there were 3 post offices within the town limits of Bramwell.
After our visit with Mayor Lou at the depot, we hit the road and went beyond Main Street. We visited a row of old company houses on the outskirts of town, and a very old cemetery. Then we went into the woods to find an old suspension footbridge that was used just a couple of years ago to get to the house that used to sit across the water. We roamed around a beautiful old farmhouse just off the tracks, and even found some pacifist chickens hiding in the brush near a fantastic old rail bridge. After foraging around in the woods, the good mayor took us to a couple of real jewels in the area, Shinbrier and Cooper's. After church on Sunday, many went to watch baseball, and an area favorite, at the field in Shinbrier. The mines would sponsor teams to play each other, and can you believe the New York Yankees once played an exhibition game on this very field? The first wagon full of coal was hauled by John Cooper from the rich Pocahontas coal fields in 1884 from the Mill Creek Coal Company that he founded. In Cooper's, there's a complete coal town operation. It's all still there. The tracks, the company store, the superintendent's houses, and more. Oh, and when I say John Cooper opened the first mine in the coal fields, I mean that literally. He wasn't some swanky New Englander hiring people to open a mine. He actually hauled the coal out and over the mountains. Just east of Bramwell, a row of former Buckeye Coal Company houses bear witness to the history of the hardworking men and women of the coal mining culture. Rich in history, Bramwell and the surrounding communities provide one with a sense of the fullness of time.